The High Court has delivered another major blow for Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi had moved to the court to stop his impeachment hearing at the Senate, but the court has refused to stop the proceedings. So Rigathi's impeachment at the Senate continues as planned. Let's listen to the High Court judge before we continue.
Consider the application and argument by parties, the Constitution and the President, the prayer for grant of conservatory order is declined. However, in view of the issues raised in this petition, which also appear to relate to those in petition E522 of 2024, which has been certified for purpose of appointing a bench of an even number of judges to hear, I certify this petition as raising substantial questions of law and of public interest in terms of Article 165 sub-Article 4 of the Constitution. This file is to be placed before the Honorable Chief Justice to consider appointing an uneven number of judges to hear this petition. Given the close proximity of the issues in this petition and those in petition E522, the Honorable Chief Justice may consider whether this petition may be heard by the same bench appointed to hear petition E522. I make no orders on course. Thank you.
That's a major blow to Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi had hoped that the High Court could stop his looming impeachment at the Senate. That has failed. I want us to dig deep into that for Kenyans to understand what that means. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. Let me start by saying this. Some Kenyans might be tempted to sympathize with Rigathi Gachagua because he is under siege. Everything seems to be failing. Any move he tries making ends up failing badly. Kenyans should not sympathize with Rigathi Gachagua. That's how life is. What goes around comes around. The gods have conspired to destroy Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi failed to make amends at the right times. He was used to destroy Uhuru Kenyatta, and just as he was used to destroy Uhuru Kenyatta, other leaders are now being used to destroy him. That's how life is. That's fate. It's something we can't control. So the gods have conspired to deal with Rigathi Gachagua perpendicularly. No human being can save Rigathi Gachagua. Even if you are a Rigathi supporter, even if you loved Rigathi Gachagua so much, you can't save Rigathi Gachagua. This is Rigathi Gachagua's fate. He spread this bed and he must lie on it. And to prove that the gods have conspired to destroy Rigathi, Rigathi's eyes are still closed. He still thinks that maybe the Senate or the courts will save him. Instead of Rigathi Gachagua looking at the bigger picture, instead of him resigning before he's impeached, he's still in some utopian world, thinking that the Senate or the courts will save him. That's why I strongly believe the gods have conspired to destroy Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi is moving very fast to his destruction. And it's very interesting that his allies, his supporters, are seriously pushing him, encouraging him to his destruction. Let me remind you of this. The deputy president may be removed from office A on the ground of physical or mental incapacity to perform the functions of the office, or B, on impeachment. 1, on the ground of a gross violation of a provision of this constitution or any other law. Two, where there are serious reasons to believe that the deputy president has committed a crime under national or international law. Or three, for gross misconduct. Under impeachment, Rigathi can be removed on those grounds. And the second ground is very interesting, where there are serious reasons to believe. If there are serious reasons just to believe that Rigathi might have violated national or international law, that alone warrants his impeachment. Just to believe. There are 11 grounds that Rigathi is being accused of having breached. And should only one ground be upheld by the Senate, Rigathi will stand impeached. The Senate can reject all the 10 grounds, but should they only uphold one ground, Rigathi will stand impeached. And with the numbers we are seeing at the Senate, it's a done deal. Rigathi will be impeached. He can't survive it. The Senate will impeach Rigathi Gachagua. And should Rigathi be impeached, then he will be blocked from ever holding any office or contesting for any elective seat. He'll be just like another Mike Sonko or Waititu. I say Rigathi is not smart because he's not looking at all those. William Ruto outdid him on the mountain. Ruto took away most members of parliament from the mountain, including even his own home MP in Madeira. That MP voted to impeach Rigathi. Nyeri Senator Wamatinga will also most definitely vote to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. So Ruto outsmarted Rigathi on the mountain. Rigathi was asleep and also chest thumping. That's what Rigathi is still doing now. He's still asleep and also chest thumping, thinking that the court will save him, that the Senate will save him. I've always maintained here that before William Ruto started the process of impeaching Rigathi, Ruto laid out an elaborate strategy. And this strategy brought together the National Assembly, the Senate, and the judiciary. William Ruto was assured of the support from all these arms of government before that impeachment process started. Rigathi is waking up now thinking he'll get something from the courts or from the Senate. And even if you look at the grounds that have been brought forward for the impeachment, there are credible grounds that can easily make Rigathi Gachagua be impeached. We are not foreigners in this country. In the 2 years Rigathi has been a deputy president, we have seen with our own eyes what he has been doing. In fact, long before William Ruto and his team started initiating this process, we were calling for the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. So even the grounds are credible enough to warrant Rigathi's impeachment. If you look at Rigathi's defense, all their hopes are on public participation. That there was no adequate public participation. In the history of public participation in Kenya, I've never seen such intense public participation than the one that was done on Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment. So again, if that's what Rigathi Gachagua's team were trying to cling on to, public participation, obviously they will fail. They will fail. Rigathi's only option before maybe tomorrow is just to resign. His goose has already been cooked, and the Senate will badly embarrass him. To his lawyers, they should also be fair to him. Why are they minting his money while they know, yes, he'll not succeed? They are just eating his money. In this forum, we don't beat about the bush. We say the truth as it is. And the truth is, the Senate will impeach Rigathi Gachagua. The court will not save Rigathi Gachagua. His only option is to resign. But we are also getting some very interesting information that Rigathi is trying to reach out to Ruto for him to resign. He's trying to plead with William Ruto for him to have some benefits upon resigning. That's going to be our detailed analysis in our next video. Let's meet in that video. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.